Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It has only been less than 24 hours since I posted the last video, which was the spool transmission stage 2 kit. I appreciate all the feedback that everyone's already provided within, less than 24 hours. Had like 5 or 6 comments and like 2 people DM me about the kit, and it's really cool. But today we're gonna get into probably one of the most satisfying modifications that you can do on any BMW, obviously chassis specific for this part, but it's out for most chassis, which is in this box. These are magnetic paddle shifters for the G-Chassis. And in this video, we're gonna be installing it and kind of going through that tactile feedback sensation that you get from magnetic paddle shifters and a little bit of ASMR. So let's unbox this real quick and I'm gonna show you what's included in the box. All right, so in this box, we have paddle shifter for the upshift and then a paddle shifter for the downshift. And if we look underneath all this plastic, we have some Allen keys and some, I think it's some extra screws and such, and then a shorter version of the paddle shifters. So let me take these out. Obviously, depending on personal preference, you might want the shorter ones. Obviously, I like the longer ones just because you kind of get more surface area to shift with. There's a difference. It's about probably an inch shorter on both ends. But let's go ahead and move this out the way. And yes, I believe these are real carbon fiber. It feels like it. Sounds like carbon fiber because, fake carbon sounds just like plastic. These kind of have that tinginess to them. They'll sound a little different once they're installed in the car. Nice. Alright you guys, so before we actually install the paddle shifters, I want to get a before of what it sounds like, what it feels like to shift on the OEM paddle shifters. I have you guys looking at me and I have my main camera in the back looking at the wheel. We're gonna go ahead and put it in Sport Plus once we get to our spot to test because it's not the best area. Now, even though this doesn't have any performance benefits of the actual transmission or the shifting, this will definitely add to the user experience of shifting. Having that tactile feel and not having a mushy paddle to kind of shift will definitely change things a lot. We'll do some regular driving paddle shifting, and we will also do maybe like a 60 to 80% throttle to kind of see how it feels whenever you are under a decent amount of load. Put it in manual mode. And let's go. So right now we're in first. Let's go to second. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. All right, so the OEM one it's nothing bad. It's just OEM, it's normal, it's typical. Oh, this car is braking, it's downshift. Truck is on my butt. Wait for these cars to pass again. We'll have to put a little bit more load under this little test run. Sheesh. And again guys, the transmission is built now and it is very snappy before even getting an updated trans tune from Rod. The current trans tune on here was just for the stock transmission. I'm pretty sure the transmission isn't used to the amount of pressure that it currently has or is able to hold now. So maybe whenever we talk to Rod and ask for a updated transmission tune with the built trans, he will up the line pressure. That way it will shift quicker and also not have such a hard balance between shifts. Because I don't know if you can see it, but my body bounces a lot, especially between first and fourth. But yeah, let's go ahead and downshift. Let me move the mic. Yeah, it's just, typical plastic, just a button being pressed on the inside. Yeah, once we get home, we'll go on with the install, and hopefully everything goes smooth. I just realized that my phone was supposed to be recording me on the front view, but I guess when I backed out of my driveway, it clicked the lock button on my little phone mount tripod thing. So it's just gonna be a bunch of footage looking at the steering wheel. Hopefully it's not too boring for y'all, but let's get on to putting on the magnetic paddle shifters. And we are back. So the first thing we did was we used a 10mm to disconnect the battery. Obviously you don't want the airbag to blow up in your face, even though it probably won't, because I don't think it would. Just disconnect it so no electrical issues happen, because newer BMWs just be tripping. So let's move on. I'm sorry if you don't see my face. I'm gonna be doing this kind of as a POV video. I don't have a GoPro, so just trust my word. I might throw in some iPhone footage to make it easier to kind of see, but this is going to be the main view. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is grab something long and not sharp, but something long that can kind of protrude in. Let me grab my iPhone. So I'm gonna show you on my iPhone real quick. If we look down under here, there is going to actually be a hole. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a tiny hole right there. So what we're gonna do with our little long pokey thing, whether you have a flathead or something, is actually find a hole and it's gonna go right in. This is what it's meant for. You're actually gonna push in and be able to access the airbag to come out. So once you have this tool located where it's supposed to be, you're gonna push in and you should be able to feel the airbag kind of come loose. It's a little bit awkward, but you'll see once I get in there. Oh my gosh, okay, that probably took longer than it should have. 15 minutes of my life trying to take this airbag out, but we got it, okay. I'm gonna show you guys the tips and tricks to kind of get this out, but let's go ahead and disconnect this first. Okay, just one plug on the steering wheel. It's inside, plugged in like this, and you're going to press on the top and just pull it out. Steering wheel, good. Alrighty, so let me show you guys real quick what you need to be looking for whenever you're putting your screwdriver in, or flathead or whatever. I recommend a flathead. Definitely easier to access whatever we're supposed to do. So let's go ahead and insert, and you can see there is a little slot. And don't come towards you, go towards the middle. And you can see the spring right there. If you push, you can go past it. So if you turn your screwdriver or your flathead sideways, which I recommend a flathead, it will push the spring. It's not that heavy. Just push it all the way and it'll come out. Same for the other side. Try to keep it very parallel with the wheel. So don't go in, don't go out. Go like this and keep your flathead level with the ground, in a sense. Good. And so now that we're here, we basically need to get these paddle shifters off. So we look at the paddle shifters, right? If we go look in, there is the connector right there that we're going to, I believe we're gonna pull out. This side is already pretty free, so I think we can just, yeah, this one comes out really easily, but this one's kind of tucked. There is a foam backing. Again, I'm not trying to break anything. There we go. Okay, so it's this piece of foam right here that's holding on this wire. Gucci. I grabbed 3 different T-tools, so I have a T25, T20, and a T10. I don't know where my T15 is. I should probably go look, but I bet it's the T10 too small, T20 probably too big. Oh, it is a T20. Let me show you the other angle. If we look inside, there is a T-bolt right there. And let's just go ahead and undo this. You can already see the paddle shifter starting to move. Now the big question is, are we going to drop this T-screw? Let's hope not. So it's already disconnected. Let's be very careful and not dropping this because I don't have a magnet. Good. Here's the T-screw, a T20. All right, put that in the center console for now. Get this other one out. And guys, if you have a BMW and you don't have these T-tools from Harbor Freight or Amazon or wherever, you're doing yourself a very big disservice because you're gonna need these all the time. Okay, number 2, good. So let us go ahead and disconnect this. Might need a pick tool. Let's go get a pick tool. All right, we got a pick tool and we're just going to come in through the side that the paddle shifter connects. And so for this plug, these 2 plugs on the side that is going to be disconnected, there's a little gap that you can put a flathead in and kind of pry up. Just don't actually try to pry it, just twist it. You should get enough leverage to lift up the actual plug itself. And as you can see, it is coming up, and there we go. So mixture of either using a screwdriver or a flathead if you have enough space to pry right here, which this one I think is in an awkward position to where I really can't pry. And there we go. So this one, I kind of had to put the connectors to the steering wheel and just kind of push upwards. Now these are both free. There are little holes in the back to get these connectors out, and boom, left and right. Let's go ahead and start with our negative side, negative downshift. This kit does not use the OEM screws, so we're gonna use a supplied screw. Okay, no, there are two. There was only two, guys. There was two of these kind of long, 1.5 cm lengthed screws, and you can see they're about the same size. One's a little longer, but let's see if this is the answer. So let's go ahead and put this through the hole where it should be, and lines right up. There are little like guiding pins on the shifter itself, and they'll guide themselves in and seat themselves, so the hole lines up right where the old hole used to be. Let's go ahead and get this in, put this screw down. Man, this is a long screw. Okay, boom, there we go. That is nice and tight. Let's go ahead and plug our connector back in a way where there's the least amount of stress. All right, now let's do our other side. Got our little guiding pins, there's 3 of them. It's easy if you just put the wire in first. Get in there, there we go. Kind of sits by itself without even having to screw in, so that's nice. You can just focus on not dropping the screw and screwing in. Bang, bang. Nice and tight, nice and tight. Okay, now let's get the plug in. Boom, that is plugged up. And let's tuck this back in where it was before? Question mark. Don't see where this would plug into. Definitely don't want it in the way of anything. I think that's good. Let's plug our airbag back in. Make sure to line it up properly. Boom. Nice steering wheel. Should punch right back in. There we go. Now we're gonna go plug up the battery, and then we'll go in for a test run. But for initial looks, the steering wheel looks very nice, feels nice. I'm not gonna click it yet. We're gonna wait till we go on a drive. And let's go. All right, second gear, third, oh my gosh, fourth. That's pretty satisfying. I'm pretty sure I'll feel a big difference once I have a little bit more load on the car. So right now this is just normal driving in Sport Plus. Man, that is satisfying. Doing that every day, not that I always drive in manual mode, it's gonna make me want to drive more in manual mode, but I think it won't get annoying as often as most people probably think it would. Kind of like how people think about the T51R mod on the turbo. I don't know if you can hear it, but it still hasn't gotten old with me, and I've had it for about 7 months now, 8 months. Okay, let's go ahead and let's keep going straight. Leave me alone. Just trying to make content. All right, let's roll into it from first gear. I like that. We're gonna do it one more time. We're gonna turn around. We're gonna do it one more time. Oh my gosh, this camera shifted a lot. Okay, that's better. Oh, it's just loose. Okay. That's not cool. Stop moving. These tripods have a mind of their own. This guy is right on my butt. Oh, that is a lot of deer. Oh, why is this getting loose? Okay, back with the video. All right, here's one great thing about these paddle shifters is because it's carbon and very stiff, I can literally shift at the very top of the paddle shifter, right, and the very bottom. So it creates a bigger surface area of where I can shift from. Let's get on it. Nice and aggressive. Definitely puts in, you know, the trans build to a more tactile feel, even though I felt it all in my body of how aggressive it shifts. Probably some things to do with the trans tune to fix it up, but in general, having a built trans is going to be just a bit more aggressive whenever you're shifting. Daily driving, it feels fine because I'm not up in the high rev ranges, nor am I flooring it. The car just knows like we're just chilling and driving. So like shifting in, you know, just city driving, it drives like how it was stock. So, but once you get on it though, it bites hard. And again, I'm only doing like 60 to 70% throttles. My foot's definitely not on the floor. Going that way, I'm going this way. That just sounds very right. I don't know how else to describe it. Nothing crazy, but it's exactly what you would expect out of shifting with magnetic paddle shifters. Direct, sharp, satisfying. Bro, why does this keep on getting loose? Well guys, that is gonna conclude us installing the paddle shifters. Just move my mic to the left hand. I don't know. I'm the kind of guy that likes mechanical keyboards, even though I use an Apple keyboard. I still like my mechanical keyboards, and this kind of has the same vibe, the clickety-clackety. Some people don't like that, but I'm pretty sure if you like motorsports or just cars in general, you're gonna like this modification. So definitely give it a try if you have the spare cash. Not too expensive. Probably one of the cheapest mods to enhance your driving experience for sure. So, all right, hope you guys have a good one, and make sure you subscribe. I know a lot of you guys watch these videos, and you should definitely subscribe and like the video and share it to your friends. See you guys on the next one.